Because we didn't finish with arthritis, we also have rheumatoid arthritis, which is also an autoimmune disease. Incurable disease to change, but hey, in 2025, I'm sure every surgery is trying their best to treat this kind of disease because we know that it affects the quality of life. And anyway, I don't know if I have to introduce myself again. Guys, I'm Nimra, I'm 21. In 5 days, I'm 22. And I'm just revising my last exam at King's College. So revise with me my lecture on rheumatoid arthritis. I just did osteoporosis and osteoarthritis in the previous one, and also lupus with my French accent because I'm French. Pathogenesis of RA, generally due to combination of genetic predisposition, environmental trigger, immune system mistake, and bad luck. The key players in RA are T cells, CD4 and T helper cells, B cells, macrophages, fibroblasts like synoviocytes. Macrophages release pro-inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha, IL-6. It is believed that autoantibodies precede symptoms, and TCCP and IgM can become detectable years before clinical onsets. Smoking leads to increased citrullination of proteins. This causes a post-translation modification that converts L-arginine into L-citrulline. Its citrulinated protein antibodies are secreted. Okay, I'm not sure I got it with the citrulination of the protein, but I think that when you smoke, you convert your L-arginine, which is an amino acid, into L-citrulline, and this is going to be modified post-translation, so after the genetic encryptment, and this modification is going to make our body secrete an anticyclic citrulinated protein, and this is going to attack our own immune system. So don't smoke, guys. RA does not just affect the joints, it's also a systemic condition. So joint destruction, synovial hyperplasia, angiogenesis. It also affects eyes, scleritis, scleromalacia, perforation, a hole in the sclera, lungs, interstitial lung disease, pleural effusions, cardiovascular, premature arteriosclerosis, risk to inflammation, okay, cancer, lung cancer. Management of RA first line, it's always NSAIDs, which are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, no disease modifying effect, effective in short-term use, and COX pathways. So I'm going to talk about COX-1 and COX-2 again, but I know them by heart. I know them like they're my neighbor. That's how much I know about them. COX-1 is the formation of cytoprotective prostaglandins. It's in the platelets, intestines, stomach, and kidneys. It protects gastric mucosa and promotes platelet aggregation. It's constitutive, so it's all over the body. And COX-2 are there to formate inflammatory prostaglandins, and it drives inflammation and inhibits platelets. That's why it's recommended to use a selective COX-2 inhibitor in people with RA to avoid the effect of blocking protective prostaglandins. Vioxx scandal, it was withdrawn from the market because it increased cardiovascular events. Steroids very often used in RA. Long-term effects are hypertension, osteoporosis, diabetes, infection. Yeah, there's always risk. And non-biological DMARDs mean drug-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs. Sulfasalazine, methotrexate, so it was in RA, I was right in my lupus lecture. Leflunomide, and not in OP or OA. It's important to not confuse drugs because some names are so similar. So sulfasalazine combines sulfonamide, antibacterial substance, and 5-aminosalicylic acid. Oh, this is like aspirin. So yeah, it's anti-inflammatory. Used first to treat ulcerative colitis, but was shown to improve RA. So side effects: rash, Stevens-Johnson's risk, especially in black people, nausea, and I'm not saying this because I'm racist, nausea, I don't want to talk about the other side effects, too much scary. Methotrexate is a folate antagonist that inhibits lymphocyte proliferation and inhibits DNA synthesis by inhibiting the DNA synthesis of lymphocytes. And the third one was leflunomide that inhibits pyrimidine synthesis and osteoclasts. It also suppresses TNF cellular responses, but it's also teratogenic. Why are we talking about anti-malarial like chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine? Okay, I know why. Anti-malarial like chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine shown to improve dexterity, walking, and reduce erythrocyte sedimentation rate. There's also combination therapy. There was 2 trials, COBRA trial, which combined methotrexate, sulfasalazine, prednisolone, and it was found to be superior to monotherapy. And TICORA in 2004, which was just the intensive management for better outcomes than routine care. Okay, the COBRA one is important, I think. Biological therapy is any treatment that has been derived from a biological process rather than being manufactured chemically. And we have monoclonal autoantibodies too to target specific proteins in RA, like anti-TNF alpha agents. It's all the agents that finish with UMAB, so infliximab, adalimumab, etanercept. Oh, I didn't know about this one because it doesn't finish about UMAB, so I'll have to memorize this. Sertrolizumab and golimumab. Rituximab. And also JAK inhibitors. And JAK inhibitors, the mnemotechnic way to memorize them, in the end it's also inhib. So tofacitinib, baricitinib, upadacitinib, filgotinib. And they target and block JAK-STAT signaling, preventing activation and of transcription. They work via intracellular cytokine inhibition. Okay, I think not too bad.